I made best friends with a psychopathic killer who gave me a present and a little love letter, and it's the best weapon of all time. And that's Fallout. That's what it's all about. Welcome back to Fallout 4, where I'm still having a blast, still having a good time. We have reached Diamond City. Kind of. We're inside Diamond City, let's put it that way. And the Shroud has been dealt with. Today was a day of, I had one singular focus, which is to complete the Silver Shroud, because I really enjoyed the Silver Shroud. But it's Fallout, so every 2 minutes there was something else cropping up along the way. Because I feel like if you're gonna walk past events, areas, and mini stories, what are you doing? Right? If you're just like, I need to go to quest location and go back, like all my MMO training is like, yeah, you do the stuff in the area as best you can, and even if you're not focused on it, and I did a lot of that, and it was really so good. I want to talk about the Psychopath, because this gave me the knife, which I renamed to Bestie. It's my best friend. I came upon, I believe was it the library? No, it was a gallery. Yeah, I think it was called Pickman's Gallery. That's right, Pickman's Gallery. And I go in and there's a load of raiders in there, but what there is a lot of very Sander Cohen, which is a Bioshock reference for those of you guys there, Sander Cohen style artwork where mutilated corpses have been presented and displayed in a really horrific way. And I was like, this is getting weird. And it gave me Junior vibes from The Witcher 3. I was like, this is grim. And the raiders in there are screaming at Pickman. They're like, not after you, although they obviously engage with you once you get in there, but they're actually invading the building to get to Pickman, who's the one who's doing this. What an elaborate dungeon. It starts in a gallery, like a very Bostonian colonial gallery, and then descends into the dark dungeon. I was like, oh, maybe it's like devil worshippers or something. Maybe this is some sort of cult idea. Finally work your way through all this stuff to get to the final showdown where the big raider boss, I think it was called Slab, is fighting with Pickman, who's in a three-piece suit, very well presented, and is just fighting away and not attacking you. You can tell when friendlies are around in Fallout 4 because when you get involved, the enemy AI will lock to you primarily over anything else that's hitting it. But Pickman didn't. So I was like, hang on a minute, this is a bit odd. So I killed Slab. I ran down, shot him in the face, and then Pickman just casually walks to the middle of the room. And then he said something that really dawned on me. He's like, he is clearly a psychopath, an absolute psychopath, but he's only killing raiders. And then I was like, well, that's all I'm doing too, actually. Like, I'm kind of the same. I'm not a psychopath, I don't think, but I am actually... Yeah, I haven't really got a problem with that. As much as it's gruesome and macabre and all that, I haven't got a problem with that. So he says, thank you so much for your help, and I'll continue to mutilate and behead and eviscerate all the raiders. And I'm like, you know what, Pickman? You're all right. And then he's like, okay, I've got to give you a gift. I'm like, oh, that's really cute. And I went up and I got my gift, and he gave me a little knife that is so badass. So it's extremely fast, does massive damage, and has a bleed proc that stacks. And you can see super mutants that like heal themselves. You just see their HP just going because it's got so many stacks of bleed on it. I'd be amazed if I replace this weapon by the end of the game because I'm a full melee build. I do so much melee damage. I'll be absolutely amazed if I replace that. Some notable things I want to talk about through this is the parking garage trap fiesta. I don't know who built this or why, but there's an entire parking garage near a hospital that I was doing for a quest that ultimately is like multiple floors of intricate traps, booby traps, decoys, ghoul nests, all sorts of stuff. And at the end, you get a little choice of the reward. Do you want like fusion cores? Do you want mini nuke? Or do you want all this pharmaceutical stuff? And it destroys the other one. It was very fun. Just a really silly fun to go through that and have fun with that. That was cool. This is all trying to get to the Silver Shroud, by the way. Oh, that was the ending of the Silver Shroud. We should talk about the Silver Shroud storyline then. So a lot of it was, I did everything in the Silver Shroud's voice. It was like, evil doers, the Silver Shroud is here to bring you down. And all the other guys like, what are you doing? Like, why are you in this role play? But they kidnapped Kent. And I really like Kent. He's just a little nerd who does his radio show. He loves the Silver Shroud, loves the idea of this vigilante out on the streets doing stuff. And I really like Kent. And Kent got kidnapped because I've killed so many of these evildoers. So we had to go rescue Kent, who was in the hospital, which is why we're near the parking garage. So when I finally get down there, you've got this leader. I forget what his name, Sinjin, I think he was called, the raider leader. But if you keep talking as the Shroud, the raiders believe you are the Shroud and run away and leave you to it. I actually goofed here. I want to put something out there. I'm save scumming the crap out of this game, and I don't care. I'm not bothered. I know our traditional rule with most games is we live with our consequences. Fallout 4 has so much randomness with perception checks, and a lot of them are just ones you really do want to find out what's going on, be it have sex with Magnolia or save Kent, you know, things like that. I'm not bothered about save scumming this. Because when I opened up and I saw Kent on his knees with a gun to his head, I charged up and cut Sinjin's head off, but that kills Kent. In fact, there's a bunch of dialogue that's supposed to play out, which is where you talk as the Shroud and the raiders run away. The only issue I had with this, and I was so deflated, like genuinely so deflated, that Kent gives up. Like, he's saving, but he's like, I'm done with this. Because the idea of him being tortured and kidnapped is not something this, you know, relatively fragile person wants to deal with. And so he's like, I'm just done. I'm not doing it. And that really, like, upset me, genuinely. I was like, oh, Kent's sad. I don't want Kent to be sad. So I killed all the raiders that were running away, and even bringing them to justice didn't cheer me up in any way. I felt genuinely bad. But then Resolve, you can go and chat with Kent afterwards, and he says actually he's feeling a bit better. He may want to do this again. He'll call us on the radio, and also he'll upgrade our Silver Shroud armor at some point. He's going to make it stronger. We're going to get a new batsuit. But not now. I assume it's level capped because it's level limited, because it's going to be very strong in order for that to happen. So looking forward to that one. At some point, Kent will return. Watch this. Meanwhile, Kent is working away. So I'm really excited for that one to see where that comes up. The next big thing I did that day was Robot Pirates. I like this game a lot. I really do. I know I'm not going to be apologetic for it, because part of me was looking for flaws, and yes, we had all the crashes on day one, but at this point, I've had one crash per day, on average, one crash per day. But other than that, I'm having a really good time. The stories are great. All the mini stories I was worried about day one, they're all here. Pirates who are on the USS Constitution, which is wedged on the roof of a building, and they're robot pirates. And they've all been reprogrammed by the captain to really enjoy being like sailors. And they're under attack constantly by the raiders because they keep shooting their cannons at them. They've got cannons coming out the side of it. So it's an old pirate ship, but it's got rockets on it that he's building. He's building rockets so they can go and save the world. And it literally all stems, you find out through the lore, is that these robots, or the captain, misunderstood one command, which was you must defend the Constitution. So instead of knowing it's the Constitution of the United States, he thinks it's the boat, the Constitution. It's just hilarious. It's really funny. I was like, oh, I see why this has happened now. Because he's a military robot. And so it then proceeded to a whole bunch of stuff to repair the ship. I was like, I'm totally on board for this. I want these guys sailing. I think they're going to fly the ship because it's like precariously perched on this building. And I'm like, it's just going to tip over and collapse. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But also part of me really wants it to take to the skies and them to be flying around the Commonwealth. These robots defending and killing raiders and stuff and firing their cannons from there. And you get to shoot the cannons, which is really fun. Super good. So a great day. After that, I was like, okay, we've done the main stories. We're going to head towards that story. I haven't finished yet because the final, or seemingly the final element, is really far away. So I was like, okay, let's go back to Good Neighbor, turn everything in there, and then we'll head west and do things along the way. So I bumped into a place called the Combat Zone, where they're doing this sort of like bare knuckle fighting inside of cages. But the second I walked in is a raider camp, and they all turned on me to shoot me in the face. So I killed like 30 people, which is all the customers of the place. And I think it was called Tony or Terry, who was running the place, and his fighter Kate, who has never lost a fight. This Irish Kate. This was a little on the nose because they want Kate to be a choice of a new companion. And they're like, okay, we've got no customers. I need to rebuild the place. Why don't you take Kate's contract and she can help you out? And I was like, okay, well, that's a little forced. We could have maybe done a little subtle storytelling here for this to happen. But I did, because my previous companion was McCready. I don't really like McCready. Just a bit of a jerk, honestly. Just not fun, not interesting. His backstory is not interesting to me. So we took Kate. So Kate is our new companion, along with Snuffles the dog. And so Kate's going to be joining us. I'm hoping she's pretty good. She's a drug addict. I'm not sure what she likes yet or anything along those lines, but seems okay. Seems okay. So we got Kate, and then continued to move west towards the finale for the robots, and on the way is Diamond City. So I'm in Diamond City now. Met somebody called Piper. Really didn't like the... Not to say that she's wrong, because I know some people like... I've never met anybody who doesn't like Piper. I do not like Piper, at least on the first impression. And first impressions mean a lot. Very in your face. And then we read the full article, which was really long, that she'd written about the mayor, where because of him eating noodles, she's accusing him of being a synth. So what they're actually recreating here, which I'm very into, is the Salem witch trials. Essentially... Anybody could be a synth, and now Paranoia is running amok, and everybody's accusing each other of being a synth. And then they did something to punctuate that, in case you weren't getting it, even though they're hammering you over the head with it, is they had a brother kill another brother in the streets, because the brother said, my brother would not drink that way. But I assume there is a synth. It could be the mayor. Maybe the mayor's a jerk. The worst thing we found about him is that he had all the ghouls removed from Diamond City. Although No-No's baby, or Bebe, or whatever she's called, she's there wearing this giant gas mask. It's like ludicrously obvious that she's a ghoul. But that's the worst thing I found about him, but apparently that's quite common throughout a lot of the Commonwealth, and it's why Good Neighbor exists. So I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not the best. Obviously, I'm not a supporter of racism or anything. But the synth mania that's running through Diamond City, I think, is a good story thread. Makes me a bit more interested in this concept, especially because we hacked the computer of someone called Myrna, who is clearly like Super Karen, who just thinks everybody's a synth because they always eat at a certain time, like on their lunch break. Synth, right? Who really likes baseball must be a synth, because people don't like baseball that much, in her opinion, right? Or because she doesn't, so that person's different. So it's weird. So there's a lot of interesting characters there, but I haven't finished exploring yet. I met the doctors, which had a weird quest for me to find a radroach gland, I think, and then just turned me away. I thought it was going to be like one of the quests in Megaton, where you kept returning with different species for them to study, and you got more rewards. It's not happening yet, even though I tried, so maybe that comes later, or it's just not a thing. Could be. And now I've got to find someone called Nick Valentine. I was pointed to find Nick Valentine, a detective, to help me fight Sean. But he's missing, so there's another quest to do him. So we'll do that later. My job right now is just to finish exploring Diamond City, get to know all the characters, talk to the mayor and things like that, and then I'm going to continue out west and come back to it, because the MSQ, main story, it's whatever. But everything else that's happening, thumbs up. So day 3, it's a really good game. I don't know, man. I don't know, it's really good. If you've listened this far and you've never played it because you were told it was bad, I don't know what to tell you, dude. This is not a bad game at all. Needs some configuration to get it working. But so far, I'm having a good time. But I'll be the first to tell you if that falls over in a big way as soon as it happens. All right, there you go. Along with day 4. Bye, guys.